amazing human, and this is Wisdom Wednesday. And today we're just asking the question, posing the question, are you mucking around or maximizing your time, your life? That's it. That's the question. Because as I've mentioned, I don't know, a gazillion times before, self-awareness, self-acknowledgement, self-efficacy, these things are keys to living your happiest and healthiest life. Reminding yourself that you are in control of your time. And it's not always easy initially because the algorithms for social media and for other things that are meant and designed to distract you and pull your time away are brilliantly designed for that specific reason. So we have to be intentional about how we are using our time in our life, and whether or not we are mucking around just kind of waiting for the last day, or we're waiting for the weekend, or killing time. When people say killing time, I'm like, dude, but that's literally your whole life. That's all you got, right? When I hear people say that, they're like, I'm just killing time until Tuesday. Tuesday's 3 days away. That's a lot of time in your life. If for real, if you are living your life for the weekends or for the big special events, that's a lot of your life that you are intentionally choosing to throw away while you're waiting for this big event that you're hoping will bring you some joy. Honey, I love you. And let me tell you something. If you cannot practice joy in the little things, you will not be able to hold on to sustainable joy for the big things. I'm going to say that one more again. If you cannot practice joy in the little things, then you will not be able to hold on to sustainable joy when the big things happen. That's the truth, right? And so I just wanted to have this kind of conversation about mucking around versus maximizing your time. And I thought about a couple of different spaces in our lives where we can do this, right? Literally, if you're standing around and you have 10 minutes to kill, what are you doing? Most people are on their phones looking at nonsense or looking at stuff that makes them feel bad about themselves, right? Or watching other people live their lives. Crazy. You could actually use that time to live yours. I don't know. You could use those 10 minutes to practice a new language. You could, if you have a book on your phone or an audiobook, you can listen to the audiobook for 10 minutes. Find ways to maximize your time that impacts you in a way that helps you grow, expand, and connect to a healthier, happier version of yourself, because that's the end goal for everything. Everything that every human does is in the hopes that in the attainment of that thing, person, relationship, whatever, they are going to find happiness. Happiness is not locatable in a place. It's right here all the time, available to us if we're willing to access it, right? So you could do that and say, okay, well, I have 10 minutes while I'm standing here in the supermarket line or whatever. I'm going to pull up my phone and jump on Duolingo and learn another language. Or I'm going to text 5 people that I love and tell them that I love them. Or I'm going to just stand here. This is for real. This is for real. I do this. I stand in the supermarket. I don't care how corny it sounds. I'm being real. I stand in the supermarket sometimes and I just look at people and I can kind of get a feel for their energy. And I'm like, I'm sending you love right now. I'm just smothering you in love. And I'm just going to love on you. And then next thing I know, I'm going around the supermarket looking at people, sending them love. And then it's time for me to get up to the register. I just spent that time distributing love. That is maximization, right? So it doesn't have to be like practice and get your PhD. No, it doesn't have to be all that. It could be that, absolutely, if that's what you feel like you need to maximize your life, but it doesn't have to be that, right? It really has to do with our mindset. How are we perceiving the things that we're doing? Are we doing them robotically and just kind of moving through life? Or are we being intentional about where we put our time and energy, making sure that we're doing things that get us to a happier and healthier place? Are you mucking around or are you maximizing? And I just want to be clear that this also includes rest, right? A lot of times people feel bad about taking naps or they feel bad about asking for days off when they're exhausted. No, sweetheart, rest is important. It is actually very productive to rest. People who get a full night's sleep consistently and make sleep a priority in their lives are productive. They're more productive, efficient, effective, and have more mental clarity and less stress. Like, it's good for your immune system. Rest is maximization. Now, if you're just like, I have nothing else to do, I'm just going to go lay down, even though I'm not tired, I'm just going to do this instead and kind of avoid living, you decide. Are you resting because you're tired and you need that maximization? Or are you avoiding living mucking around? So it can be seen in both ways. And then the other part is, of course, social media. You want to pay attention to what you're paying attention to. And if it's not building you up, maybe you don't need to be there. And I mean, sometimes I just sit there and I watch 20 minutes of things that make me laugh. Laughter is productive. It's medicine. And then the other thing that we want to think about is how we spend our money, too. A lot of times people will just go shopping just for the sake of going shopping. And they buy all the stuff that they don't need and they really don't have use for, right? Just to buy it. To find validation? I don't know. And then they're like, oh, I can't believe I bought this, but I'm too proud to return it. Maybe you don't need to be going shopping, right? And this is just a conversation that needs to be had within yourself so that you can take responsibility. And it requires some self-awareness here. Maybe instead you make a donation to a charity, an organization, or an event that you feel strongly about that's making a good impact on the planet. But ultimately the question is, are you mucking around or are you maximizing your time and your life? That's all I got. Check in with yourself, right? It's important that we are checking in with ourselves and doing this work first to make sure that we are giving ourselves what we need so that we can continue to spread that love throughout the rest of the planet. Because when we are happier and healthier, we can't help but leave ripple effects of that wherever we go. Period. So that's all I have for you. Happy Wednesday. I hope you have a great rest of your week and weekend. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you know someone who can benefit from some self-awareness, check in with yourself. Or like I know sometimes I have conversations with friends and then I'll watch a video and I'm like, this is what we were talking about, and I'll send that along. So by all means, share it. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, it's free. It's free. Subscribe. It helps a sister out. Okay. That's it. I care about you and you can't do anything about it. I'm sending you love. I'm sending you love. I'm sending you love. Peace.